everyone, welcome back to the Spec Designs podcast. And here on the Deep Dive, we're tackling a challenge that, well, I know so many of you face every single day. You're pouring hours into social media, trying to grow your business, but it often feels like you're just, scrolling and posting into the void, and maybe not getting those clients you need.
Yeah, that feeling of just spinning your wheels online, it's exhausting.
It really is. That feeling of overwhelm, of working hard, but not seeing the needle move, it's incredibly frustrating. But what if the key isn't necessarily more time online, but actually vastly smarter, more strategic engagement? That's the powerful idea at the heart of our source material today. We're diving deep into a fantastic blog post called 12 Social Media Strategies That Bring in Clients Without Wasting Hours Online. It was published by the SD team on August 14th, 2025, and it really promises a blueprint for, well, real efficient growth.
It really does. And what's truly fascinating here is how these strategies fundamentally shift your whole approach. They're designed to transform social media from maybe a time sink into a powerful, even quite lean client acquisition engine. So our mission today is to pull out those actionable insights, moving you beyond just being present online to genuinely driving growth.
Exactly. So think of this deep dive as your essential guide. It's a journey through 12 strategic approaches that can genuinely turn your online presence into a client-generating machine. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it. Laying the foundation. Precision and presence.
All right, let's kick things off with something really fundamental. It's often overlooked, I think, in its depth. The source stresses that the first crucial step is defining your ideal client, and it says it goes far beyond basic demographics. So what does that actually mean for us? How do we get that precise?
Yeah, this is absolutely foundational, and honestly, it's where you start saving time almost immediately.
Yeah.
Strategy number one is define your ideal client with precision. And like you said, it means looking past just age and location. You got to dig deep into their pain points, their aspirations, their actual online behavior. Like, what do they do online? What content do they stop scrolling for?
Okay, so really getting into their heads.
Exactly. Think about it platform by platform. For Meta, so Facebook and Instagram, you're considering their lifestyle, their core interests, maybe even the specific pages they follow. Are they, say, busy entrepreneurs juggling family and business? Or maybe health-conscious folks looking for specific solutions?
Right.
Then on TikTok, it's different. You're looking at their age group, sure, but also the trends they actually engage with. What kind of quick, entertaining content makes them tick? And then LinkedIn. That's a whole other beast. It demands focus on their professional role, their industry, their career challenges keeping them up at night. What professional content are they actively seeking out?
So it's really tailoring the understanding to the platform.
Precisely. And the real power here, the time saver, is shifting from just, shouting into the void, broadcasting to everyone, to actually having focused conversations with the right few. You're basically pre-qualifying leads with every single post you make.
Okay, I like that framing, pre-qualifying. It makes future sales chats much easier, I imagine.
Exponentially easier.
So, precision over volume, love it. But even with that perfectly defined client, what happens if they do find you, they land on your profile, and it just falls flat? How do we make sure our online storefront is actually converting those ideal people when they show up?
That's the critical next piece. Your social profiles are often that very first impression, right? So strategy 2 is all about optimize your profiles for conversion. You need to work hard for you 24/7. So for Meta, Facebook, Instagram, a clear, concise bio. It needs your value proposition, what do you do for them, and a strong call to action, a CTA. And that link in your bio, it shouldn't just go to your homepage generally, point it to a specific landing page, or even better, a valuable lead magnet.
Makes sense. Be specific.
Yeah. And use things like Instagram highlights. They're perfect for quick FAQs, testimonials, explaining services. It turns casual lookers into informed prospects.
Good tip. What about, say, TikTok?
TikTok bio needs to be catchy, first off, and clearly state what your content's about. That link in bio is super valuable there too. Use it strategically. Maybe link to something like a link tree, one link that branches out to all your important stuff.
Right, consolidate.
Exactly. And then LinkedIn. Your headline needs to immediately define your expertise and who you help. Don't just put your job title and the About section. That's your chance for a compelling story, packed with keywords people might search for, not just a dry resume.
Okay, so make it easy for them to see the value and take the next step.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
A well-optimized profile acts like a silent salesperson, guiding interested people without you having to manually reach out every single time. 2, smart content creation and distribution.
Okay, foundation set, profiles polished. let's talk content. This is where I think many businesses feel the biggest time crunch just staring at that blank screen. But strategy 3, implement the content pillar approach. Sounds like it could help. It promises to streamline ideas, reduce that decision fatigue. How does it work?
Oh, it's an absolute game changer for consistency and efficiency. Seriously. Instead of constantly trying to invent brand new ideas from scratch, you basically categorize your content into, say, 3 to 5 core themes, your pillars.
Okay.
This makes sure every single piece of content reinforces your expertise and speaks directly to that ideal client we just defined. Think about pillars like maybe educational tips, tutorials, insights. Then promotional showing off services, case studies, client wins, maybe an engaging pillar questions, polls, community stuff, and perhaps a personal or behind-the-scenes pillar showing your brand personality, your process.
Oh, okay. So you always know what kind of post you need to create.
Exactly. It gives you a clear direction, cuts down brainstorming time massively, and makes sure your content feels cohesive, not random.
That sounds brilliant, like having a content menu ready to go. And speaking of efficiency, strategy 4 might be the biggest time saver of them all. Repurpose content across platforms. Now, I think we all know we should do this, but actually doing it well? That feels harder. What's the secret?
The secret is to think of your content as modular, like Lego bricks.
Okay.
Don't create entirely new things for every single platform. Take one strong piece of content and then adapt it. Rework it to fit the native format and what the audience on that specific channel expects.
Give me an example.
Sure. Let's say you write a detailed LinkedIn article. Okay, that could become maybe a series of engaging Instagram carousel posts breaking down the key points, or a short TikTok video highlighting just one killer takeaway, or even several quick Facebook updates based on different sections.
Ah, I see. One idea, multiple formats.
Exactly. Or take a long-form video, chop it up into a dozen short, punchy clips, perfect for Instagram Reels or TikTok. Even a great client testimonial that could be an Instagram graphic, a short video snippet, a text post on LinkedIn, maybe a quick Facebook story.
Wow, okay. That really maximizes the effort.
Totally. It maximizes the ROI for every minute you spend creating content. Extends its reach and impact like crazy.
That is genuinely working smarter, not harder. And to make that content really connect, especially now, we have to talk video, short-form video. Strategy 6 is leverage short-form video, Reels and TikTok. It's just everywhere, even for businesses that might feel a bit more serious. How do we make it work without just, dancing awkwardly?
Yeah, thankfully no awkward dancing required unless that's your brand. But short-form video is dominating, and it's not just for Gen Z anymore. It offers incredibly high engagement rates, and even B2B businesses can use it really effectively to show personality and deliver quick, digestible insights.
What kind of things?
Think quick tutorials, behind-the-scenes glimpses of your process, maybe myth-busting common misconceptions in your industry, or just rapid-fire tips related to what you do. The absolute key, especially on Reels and TikTok, is that irresistible hook right in the first 1-3 seconds. You got to grab them fast.
Right, that initial grab.
Yep. And while Meta and LinkedIn aren't primarily short-form video platforms, you're seeing it more and more there too, for explaining concepts or for sharing quick, impactful messages. The power here is its ability to potentially put your brand in front of a whole new audience, often with content that's actually quicker to produce than, say, a long blog post. 3, engaging, convoting, and building community.
Okay, so we've got smart content flowing out there, but the source makes a really interesting point next. It suggests maybe posting less and engaging more is the real secret sauce. That feels counterintuitive for some people, right? Just post less. How does prioritizing engagement actually boost client acquisition beyond just getting likes?
It really does feel counterintuitive, but this is where so many businesses miss a huge opportunity. See, the algorithms aren't just looking for you to push content out. They're looking for meaningful connections. So, strategy 5 is prioritize engagement over constant posting. It means creating valuable content that actually sparks conversation. And then, crucially, you actively participate in those conversations.
So it's a two-way street.
Absolutely. On Meta, Facebook, and Instagram, this means responding promptly to comments and DMs, not days later. Run engaging polls in your stories. Ask open-ended questions in your captions that invite real answers.
Okay.
On TikTok, it's engaging with comments, yeah, but also maybe participating authentically in relevant trends, using features like Duet or Stitch to interact directly with other creators' content. And on LinkedIn, it's about thoughtful responses to posts, engaging with your connections updates, actively contributing value in relevant groups.
So you're building relationships, essentially.
Exactly. You're basically training the algorithm to see you as a community builder, not just a broadcaster. And that compounds your organic reach far more than just posting more stuff ever could.
That makes sense.
The key takeaway here is to dedicate specific, short blocks of time, maybe just 15, 20 minutes a day, specifically for active engagement. Not mindless scrolling, but focused interaction.
I like that. Intentional time blocks.
It ensures those interactions are meaningful and actually build the relationships that eventually convert to clients.
Okay, huge mindset shift there, conversation over broadcasting. So once we're having these genuine engagements, how do we smoothly transition that interest into, well, actual leads? That brings us to strategy 7. Utilize lead magnets and clear calls to action, CTAs. This sounds like the bridge we need.
It is exactly that bridge.
Yeah.
The goal is to make it super easy for people who are interested to take that next step. And you do that by offering something genuinely valuable, your lead magnet, in exchange for their contact information.
Like a free guide or checklist.
Yeah. Exactly. Free guides, webinars, templates, checklists, anything that solves a small piece of their problem. So for Meta, Facebook, and Instagram, promote these valuable freebies using a clear link in bio callout. State the benefit clearly. You can also use things like Meta lead ads, which are pretty cool because they pre-populate the user's info right in the ad, making it super easy for them to sign up. Fewer clicks means higher conversion. On TikTok, again, you drive users to your bio link for that free resource, make it obvious. And for LinkedIn, maybe offer white papers, industry reports, or even a free consultation. LinkedIn also has lead gen forms, which, like Meta's, pre-fill details and simplify capture.
So the CTA needs to be unmissable.
Absolutely. A clear, compelling CTA combined with a genuinely valuable lead magnet. That's what turns passive viewers into active pre-qualified leads and moves them deeper into your world.
Okay, so we're engaging, offering value, capturing leads, but where do we find more of those right people to engage with in the first place, beyond just our own followers? Strategy 10 is engage in niche communities and groups. This sounds like fishing where the fish actually are.
That's a perfect analogy. It's all about meeting your ideal clients where they already hang out, rather than trying to drag them over from somewhere else. So on Meta, this means actively joining and, more importantly, participating in relevant Facebook groups. The absolute key here is to genuinely offer value. Answer questions, share insights, establish yourself as an expert, but subtly. Avoid just dropping links to your stuff constantly.
Might be helpful, not spammy.
Exactly. But make sure your own profile is optimized so when people get curious about the helpful person answering questions, they can easily click over and see what you do.
Got it. And LinkedIn. Similar idea. Join LinkedIn groups related to your industry or your target audience's industry. Share insights there, comment thoughtfully on other people's posts, maybe even start relevant discussions. This builds your reputation and visibility among peers and, crucially, potential clients who are in those groups looking for solutions.
So it's more targeted effort.
Yeah. The fundamental shift is that focused engagement within these existing communities usually yields much more efficient and higher quality leads because you're interacting with people already interested in the very problems you solve. 4. Amplification, optimization, and efficiency.
Okay, now for businesses maybe ready to step on the gas a bit. Strategy 8. Explore paid advertising strategically. But let's be real, for many small businesses, paid ads often sounds like, well, a money pit, a way to burn cash fast. How do we ensure we're being genuinely strategic here, like the source says? And how does it save hours? That feels counterintuitive too. That's a really crucial question, and it hits on the strategically part. It's not about just boosting posts randomly. Smart, targeted paid ads don't just amplify your message. They significantly accelerate client acquisition by getting your best stuff in front of the right people faster than organic might. It saves time because you're fast-tracking what works, rather than relying solely on slower organic growth.
Okay, so how do we target smartly?
Well, on Meta ads that covers Facebook and Instagram, you can leverage really granular targeting. Demographics, interests, online behaviors, and critically, use retargeting. Show ads specifically to people who've already visited your website or engaged with your profile. That's super efficient.
Right, reaching warm leads.
Exactly. LinkedIn ads are fantastic for B2B. You can target by job title, industry, company size, specific skills. Incredibly precise for reaching decision makers. And if your audience skews younger, TikTok ads are proving really effective.
So the key isn't just spending, but testing.
Absolutely. The insight here is start with small budgets. Test different audiences, different creatives, different calls to action. See what actually resonates. Then, once you find something that works, you scale that. This disciplined approach turns ad spend into an investment in learning and efficiency, not just a gamble.
Okay, that makes sense. Test, learn, scale, not just set and forget.
Never set and forget.
All right, next up, let's talk about listening. Strategy 9, leverage social listening and trend spotting. This sounds like it fuels everything else, keeping our content relevant.
It does, profoundly. Instead of just guessing what your audience cares about or what's hot right now, social listening lets you tap into their actual conversations. You can understand their real-time pain points, the language they use, and the topics that are trending within your specific niche.
How do we do that practically?
Across all platforms, you can monitor keywords, hashtags, mentions of your brand, even mentions of your competitors. There are various tools, some free, some paid, that can help automate this. On TikTok specifically, pay close attention to trending sounds, filters, challenges. But don't just jump on them randomly. Figure out how to adapt them authentically to your brand's message or your industry.
Authenticity is key there.
Always. And on LinkedIn, observe the discussions happening in industry groups. What are the common professional questions people are asking? What challenges keep coming up? This intelligence allows you to create super relevant, timely content that genuinely resonates because you're speaking directly to what's already on their minds. Increases your chances of attracting those ideal clients massively.
That's really invaluable for staying current. Okay, and for expanding our reach even further, strategy 11 is collaborate with complementary businesses or influencers. This seems like a smart shortcut to new audiences.
It really is. Partnerships can dramatically expand your reach, often to highly relevant, pre-qualified audiences, because you're leveraging someone else's established trust and community.
Who should we partner with?
On Meta and Instagram, think about micro-influencers whose audience genuinely aligns with yours. Their followers often have high trust. You could co-host Instagram Lives, create joint reels, run collaborative giveaways.
Okay.
On TikTok, maybe collaborate with creators who can authentically showcase your product or service in a way that feels natural to their audience. And for LinkedIn, think about partnering with professionals in complementary, non-competing fields. Maybe do a joint webinar, co-author some content, cross-promote each other's services to your respective audiences.
The key is relevance, I guess.
Absolutely. Choose partners with aligned values and real audience overlap. It allows you to tap into new client pools that would take way more time and effort to build entirely on your own.
Fantastic. And finally, let's wrap these 12 strategies up with a super practical time saver that kind of underpins a lot of this. Strategy 12, automate and schedule content where possible. The ultimate efficiency hack.
It's certainly a huge part of reclaiming your time while maintaining that crucial consistency. While we've stressed that authentic real-time engagement is vital, many aspects of content distribution can, and probably should, be automated.
Like batching content.
Exactly. Across all platforms, use scheduling tools. Meta Business Suite is free, or there's Later, Buffer, Hootsuite, lots of options. Use them to plan and schedule your posts out in advance. The recommendation from the source is solid. Dedicate a specific block of time each week, or maybe every 2 weeks, solely for content creation and scheduling. This lets you batch your work, ensures you have a consistent online presence even when you're busy, and avoids that constant daily scramble of, what should I post today?
That alone sounds like a huge stress reliever.
It is. But, and this is a crucial caveat, automation frees you from the manual task of posting. But it absolutely does not replace the need for that real-time engagement and responsiveness we talked about earlier.
What? Schedule the posts, but be present for the people.
Precisely. Automation handles the what and when of posting, but you are still the one building the relationships, fostering the community. The key principle is achieving consistent visibility without constant mental drain, freeing you up to focus your precious real time on connection. Outro.
Wow, what an incredible deep dive that was. We've covered a dozen really strategic approaches. And the overarching theme, it's crystal clear. The power of being truly strategic on social media rather than just, aimlessly wasting time. These 12 strategies really offer a comprehensive blueprint, I think, for transforming your social media efforts from feeling like a chore into a powerful, efficient client acquisition engine.
Absolutely. And if we connect this back to the bigger picture, it really is about being profoundly intentional with every single digital interaction. It's not just about being present online anymore. It's about leveraging your time and resources intelligently to connect with the right audience, deliver undeniable value, and ultimately drive sustainable, predictable growth for your business.
Couldn't agree more. So, As you, our listener, think about these 12 strategies, maybe don't try to do them all at once. That's overwhelming too. Instead, here's a final thought to mull over. Consider which one of these 12 strategies you could implement or maybe just refine this week. What's one small shift you can make to ensure your social media efforts aren't just visible, but truly valuable to your ideal clients? What stands out to you as the most immediate win, the lowest hanging fruit, maybe? Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into smart social media strategies. We really hope these insights empower you to make every minute count online and truly drive your business forward. We'll catch you next time.